Hi everyone, Casey here with Wellbeing Connections, and I want to thank you for joining us for this Huddle summary on learning to self-regulate with your breath. So today, let's jump in. I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started. Okay, so as we begin today, we're going to start by taking what we call our 4-7-8 breath. So we're going to take that breath, inhale for a count of 4, we're going to hold that breath for a count of 7, and exhale for a count of 8. So let's jump in. Inhale for that count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's take 3 more here. Inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale for a count of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale for a count of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Inhale for that count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale for a count of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a moment to pause. Notice what, if anything, has changed in just those few moments that we had an opportunity to practice breathing here as we get started. So as we jump in, we are going to be discussing how to use and support breathing for self-regulation. Now, you might be wondering, what is self-regulation? Self-regulation is the conscious and unconscious process that enables us to guide our thoughts, our feelings, and behaviors in a purposeful or intentional manner. So, as simplified, self-regulation is being able to respond appropriately to the various demands of life versus reacting to them. So, maybe you can think about a time in the past week where you reacted to a situation. Maybe take a moment to notice what you recall about that reaction. Jot a couple things down, and we'll kind of use this example as we move through today. Reacting versus responding to the world around us takes us out of the driver's seat of our lives and puts us into the back seat with seemingly no one at the driver's wheel, or maybe even just the situation. So today we're going to talk about how to use our breath to move us back into that driver's seat of our lives and grow those skills and that ability to respond to the various demands of life that we will inevitably face. So again, as we talked, that self-regulation is a skill that helps us effectively navigate the human experience. Okay, when we're self-regulated, we are more relaxed. Okay, we're in a calm, more relaxed state of mind, which allows us to have a stronger sense of resiliency. We're able to think clearly. This means we can problem solve and use decision making skills. We can also use our social skills in this instance and practice acceptance of not only ourselves, but of others. We're able to manage our emotions, which means we can appropriately respond to the day-to-day frustrations and failures that happen without losing our cookies, if you will. And when we handle these day-to-day challenges, this includes dealing with conflict, managing our stress responses, and those negative energy emotions, as well as remaining focused during those demanding times and experiences. And who doesn't want more of that? When we experience this self-regulation and grow our self-regulation, it has a positive correlation to our overall well-being. So being self-regulated sounds pretty nice, right? We would all take being self-regulated a little bit more. And the great thing is, we're going to talk about how to use our breath to do that. But we know not being in this state also happens too. Remember that little situation we talked about at the beginning, that reaction that we had? That is called being in a state of dysregulation. Okay, when we experience dysregulation, this refers to our ability or inability to control or regulate our response to the various stimuli in the environment around us. Now, it's easier to maintain our self regulation and spend less time in that dysregulated state when we practice various tools. The one we're going to focus on today is breathing. So, when we take deep breaths, our body begins to physically relax, which communicates to the brain that we're safe. We do not need to activate our fight, flight, and freeze responses or our stress response to stay safe. Now, for more on this stress response and our fight, flight, freeze response, I encourage you to check out our mini courses, Regulating in the Optimal Zone and What Alarms Your Stress Response on our website. You can find those at wellbeingconnections.org. So, another perk of using this breath, our breath, to help us stay self regulated is it goes with us everywhere, right? Doesn't need fancy equipment and it's free, right? So, let's get into practicing some of these ways to use our breath. Now, there's so many ways that we can practice deep breathing. So I encourage you to continue to explore and find those breathing techniques that you enjoy that help you calm your body. Okay, a couple that we talk about or want to lift up is our belly breathing. This is where we can take our hands to our belly button as we inhale, feeling those fingertips draw apart as that body and belly fill with air, and exhaling, we feel those fingers draw back together. Inhaling, hands draw apart, exhaling, hands draw back together. So that's our belly breath. Our tempo breathing is where we inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4, followed by an inhale for a count of 6, exhale for a count of 6, all the way up to that inhale for a count of 8 and exhale for a count of 8. So let's practice here. Inhale for that count of 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to 8. Inhale for that 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and exhale for that 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, just giving you some examples here. One final one we'll walk through is our triangle breath. You can use your finger or a writing utensil, which I don't have by me. And we'll inhale as we draw that first side of our triangle. We'll hold that breath as we draw the second side of our triangle, and exhale as we complete. Inhale, hold that breath, and exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, hold, and exhale. You can find these breathing exercises and more on our YouTube channel. Feel free to search us there, Wellbeing Connections SD. So let's take these next couple minutes and discover and get curious about how we can add breathing and how you can add breathing into your rhythms and routines of life to nurture your well-being and support your ability to self-regulate. So a couple questions to ask yourself here as we're moving through. How would you maybe rate your current ability to use your breath for self regulation on a scale of 1 to 10? Jot that number down. And I want you to think about what makes it that number. So, what makes it a 4 instead of a 6? Or what makes it a 9 instead of that 3? Jot a couple examples down. And as always, you can pause to take a little bit more time here to reflect. Another question you might ask yourself is, what might you gain by using that breath to support your self-regulation? What are some potential positive outcomes from developing this skill? How might breathing support your self-regulation and have that overall impact on your well-being? And if you currently practice breathing, you gave yourself that 8, 9, or 10 on that number scale. What are you doing, or what anchors do you have in your routine to remind yourself to continue to practice breathing? What do you want to keep doing to build that skill into your daily rhythms and routines? Again, take a moment to kind of gain that understanding of where you're at right now with breathing to support your self regulation and where you might want to go. And as we tie this all together, I encourage you to explore what's the one thing you might try or practice or get curious about as you begin to practice breathing to support your self regulation. What tools, support, or accountability might you need as you move forward and get started? How might you want to measure or track? Knowing, is this breathing exercise for me? Or how much do I enjoy this breathing practice? And is there anything you can add or take away to simplify this act? How can we make it just a little bit more specific and unique to you? So I encourage you to reflect. What are you taking away from today's session? If you have questions regarding breathing for self-regulation, um, if you have questions on any services for Wellbeing Connections, or if you're looking for more personalized support, I encourage you to reach out to us. You can find us at 605-370-8457. Connecting with us verbally is always the fastest. You can shoot us an email at admin@wellbeingconnections.org, or you can visit our website at wellbeingconnections.org to sign up for services, to schedule a free exploration visit where you get a one-on-one session with myself so we develop a plan for you and your well-being. I look forward to connecting with you soon. All the best.